Today is a very special day, my friends. What up, guys? DenDenBMX here, and your boy has been making some changes to his Balisong collection. You see, I've recently taken part in a couple of trades for what lies within these two boxes. And on top of that, I also got included in a pass around for a different Balisong. So huge shout out to Modern Balisong. Not only is he one of the channel members, but he's just been one of the coolest people in the Balisong community that I've had the pleasure of meeting. He's one of the people that kind of restores my faith in this community, because I've also had the displeasure of meeting a lot of people that are kind of like the polar opposite of Modern Balisong. But anyway, I don't want to keep you guys waiting, and I definitely don't want to keep myself waiting. First off, let's see which Balisong this is that's getting ran through. Oh hey, it's another little BRS purse. These things are so adorable. So there's a W. Is that the B? I think that's how he does it. It's a pretty... So if you guys know a certain Balisong maker that starts with WB, you probably know what's inside this thing. Whoa. This thing's been... I was not kidding when I said ran through. Wow, ooh, the inside of that's really soft. Okay, so this is a WB Gigas, or Gigas, or Gigas, or Gigas. I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to call it the Giga Chad Balisong because the price tag this thing has is ridiculous. This is one of the Balisongs that goes over $1,000 retail. And then since the Balisong used market is bananas, and it's also really selective on who gets to overinflate prices and who doesn't, usually WB Gigas Balisongs go for like anywhere from 1.4 to 1.8K. Like, it's already ridiculous that these retail for like $1,100. But to buy a used one, you have to add like at least $300 to that price. Like, at least, to get your hands on a used one. The Balisong marketplace is a little goofy sometimes, but anyway, this thing's pretty crazy. Let me just... Ooh. Okay, so it flips really nice. It's definitely a used Balisong that you can kind of tell has been used as a beater. But usually when Balisongs are used as beaters, it means they flip really well. And a lot of people in the community will say that beat Balisongs flip better than just regular Balisongs. But yeah, that's the first Balisong we've unboxed. We got a couple more boxes to open up. I actually ended up trading 2 Balisongs for this one. This has been on my list for a while of things that I've really wanted to do. So RIP to the Squid Industries Winter Nautilus, and RIP to the Atropos Kratos. Let's use the Gigas to open this thing up. Ooh. Here we go, friends. You ready? Oh, look at that thing. Ladies and gentlemen, your boy has gotten his hands on another BRS Replicant. But this one is a little bit more unique. This is more of a custom Replicant. Let's see. Oh. This thing is pretty custom. It's got some rainbow anodized liners. It's got some white G10 hammer scales. It's got an OSP trainer blade. It's got a very, very loose pivot. So I can't remember if I've talked about it in videos, but I've been wanting to get a second Replicant for a little while. I've kind of been on the hunt for like the Balisong of my dreams, really. Essentially just a really good flipper that has a kukri blade, because a kukri blade is my favorite shape of blade. I either want it to be like full tie handles or at least tie and G10. And after trying a few that were cool, but they didn't flip exactly how I wanted them to, I was like, I really haven't flipped a Balisong that I like as much as my V1 Replicant. And then I thought about how Replicants are like super customizable, and then just the idea in my head was like, well, why don't you build another Replicant and set it up exactly how you want it? And so that's what I decided to do. And this here Replicant is pretty much going to be the template. It's already got like essentially half of everything that I want on it. Some of the things that I plan on changing for this Balisong is I want to get some channel spacers for this Balisong. I may start with the G10, and if I don't like those, I may try and find some Foxfire factories. This OSP blade is really cool, but I'm going to be swapping it out for an Hourglass kukri blade. There'll probably be a video of me throwing on the Hourglass kukri blade and the G10 channel spacers pretty soon, probably, because I want to get a hold of those things really fast. I'm really anxious to build up the like rep of my dreams and see if it actually flips how I'm hoping it will. But yeah, for now, I got a damn cool custom rep. We're gonna go flip all of these things here in a second. I just want to unbox them all. So far, I kind of really like the way this thing flips. I'm like kind of awkwardly flipping over my desk, but I gave you a little sound test, and this thing is pretty bouncy. And then I didn't do one for the Gigas, so here's the Gigas. Ooh. Whew. All right, that's 2 Balisongs. So we got one more. I'm really excited for this one. So here's the box, and as you can see, it says Fellowship Blades. Here we go, boys. Make sure you leave a like, because this is the last Balisong we're unboxing in today's video. Ooh, I'm nervous. Here we go. Ooh, nice little cloth pouch. Ladies and gentlemen, the final Balisong we're unboxing today. Ooh, a Fellowship Blades Medusa version 2. Oh my god. Wow. This thing's huge. Okay. Dang. Oh my god, that thing is sharp. This thing's like, fuck you, sharp. Oh man, this thing is gorgeous. This thing looks insane. I'm a little scared to flip this thing with how sharp it is. So let's, fuck. Jesus, bro. This thing is insane looking and insane feeling. Alright, I think that is going to conclude the unboxing portion of this video. If you enjoyed this part, I'd really appreciate it if you let me know and help support the engagement on this video by leaving a like, leave a comment, give me your thoughts and opinions, share the video around, make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already and you enjoy the content. And yeah, I think we're going to cut to a nice little B-roll montage of all 3 of these new Balisongs, and then we're going to go flip these things. Okay kids, let's see how these things flip. The Gigas was actually pretty dry, so I threw some carbon honey in there, and it made it silent. When this thing is dry, it's still quiet compared to other Balisongs, but once I put oil in this thing, it made it like silent. It's so weird. It's kind of cool though. It's like a stealth Balisong. So far, this thing flips really well. I mean, I'd hope it would for the price tag it goes for. But yeah, it flips really nice. Now, like I said in the unboxing, this thing is not brand new. It is quite used. You know, like I said earlier, a lot of people say that beat Balisongs flip better than brand new ones. I don't know if I completely agree with that, but I mean, my V1 rep is my favorite flipper, so who knows, maybe I do agree with that. But anywhooser, while this may not be the prettiest example of the Gigas, I gotta say, it does flip pretty well, and it does feel pretty broken in. I feel like beat Balisongs are kind of like relic guitars in a way, to where like they're kind of ugly, but you can just like feel that they're like worn in a little bit. Everything's broken in, and everything just kind of like works a little easier, I think. Now, one thing I wish this thing had was some jimping at the ends of the handles. Like, I feel like nowadays, if you're going for making a Balisong that flips good, it just should have jimping, because all it really does is help. And so it kind of sucks that the Gigas doesn't have any jimping, but I mean, there's still some grip there. I have noticed that it kind of wants to fly out of my hands sometimes. Like that. But other than that, I really like the way this thing flips. It's very well balanced. It's a very neutral flipper. Another thing that's kind of grown on me as I've like held it in my hands a little more is just the overall design of the Balisong. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really think the Gigas was the coolest looking Balisong in the world. I would go so far as to say I might have thought it was a little ugly. But Modern wanted to send it to me because he knows that I've been on this crusade to find like the best flipping kukri bladed Balisong. He said his goal was to make this my grail. And I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna be my grail, but it does flip pretty dang well. And the only reason it's not going to be my grail is just kind of because of the way it looks. Like, the look of it has grown on me, but it still definitely isn't like my favorite looking Balisong ever. It does look pretty cool, and I do like that it has the kukri blade, even though this kukri blade shape is a little goofy. And I will say that so far, out of all the Balisongs that I've flipped that come with a kukri blade, this one definitely does flip the best. It's also the most expensive, and I really think that has a lot to do with this kukri blade. If you look at it compared to other kukri blades like the Reaper or my Atropos kukri trainer or even the BRS kukri chap, this does not have nearly as big of a bend in it as all these other ones do. This one is like really close to not having a bend. It's got just enough to where you can just barely see it and just notice that it is a kukri blade. I really do feel like that helps make it a lot more balanced and a lot more of a not wonky flipper, because with a lot of kukri blades, they can get a little weird in the air, or there can just be one trick that they kind of do a little weird. Usually it's parabolics, but this one seems to parabolic just fine. I say that and I messed up. While it may not be my favorite looking Balisong, it has definitely grown on me a little bit, especially since I flipped it. But for now, here's your little flipping demo of the Gigas, and I must say, it does flip pretty damn well. Moving on to the new custom Replicant. Right away, as soon as I opened this thing up, I noticed that one of the pivots was about to fall out. So I am going to need to Loctite this thing, but I think I'm going to wait until I get all the other stuff that I want for it. But I must say, the setup that it has now actually flips pretty dang well. The guy, Alan, that I traded this Balisong with, he told me that this was his favorite flipping Replicant that he's ever had, and he's had like one with the Kuski handles and all that shit. The current setup that it has right now is pretty dang well balanced and flips pretty dang good. It does everything pretty comfortably, but I know that V1 Replicants and then all other Replicants made after that are gonna feel a little different from each other. And this one is also like a really custom rep. I think this one was like a hodgepodge of a bunch of different parts that someone just threw together, and then they kind of just perfected it over time and then ended up selling it. I think I don't give Bowie blades the like credit that they deserve in my head, because I never really think about like Bowie blades that much, but once I actually look at them and like have one for a little while, I realize that I do kind of really like the Bowie blade shape. So it's pretty cool that this thing came with a Bowie trainer blade. That being said, I am going to switch it out for the number one blade shape, which is a kukri, and then put some G10 channel spacers on there and see how that's like. The version that comes with the jimping though, because that's one of the things I really want on my Replicant. So far, I think it flips really nice, and I'm really excited to mod this thing a little bit more. And based off how this thing flips right now, before I've done these changes, that I really think can only improve it, it's got me really excited to finally have this thing complete and built exactly the way I want. And it's really got me hopeful that it's gonna flip in a way that I'm really gonna enjoy. So that is the brand new white custom Replicant that we are gonna work on. All right, thoughts. We got one more Balisong to try out, and it is the brand new version 2 of the Fellowship Blades Medusa, the Medusi. And I tell you what, guys, I've been wanting to try this Balisong for quite a long time. And I was really stoked that I was able to just trade that Kukri Chab for a brand new version 2 Medusa. I got offered a lot of trades for V1s, but I held out because I really wanted to get a newer V2, just because I think it's a little bit more balanced. And I know that on some of the V1s, especially the earlier ones, they don't have the upgraded Zen pins, and I think the older ones would smush in a little bit over time, but these new V2 ones apparently hold up very well. And this blade shape is ridiculous. The milling on it looks so clean. And then I also really like the simple but very efficient channel titanium handle design that this thing uses. And I gotta tell you guys, in the short time that I've flipped this thing, it is already kind of putting itself in the running for one of, if not my favorite flipper. These last couple of Balisongs that I've tried, the Reaper, the Kukri Chab, they all flip really good, but I don't know, there's just like not something there that I really enjoyed about flipping those Balisongs. While they did flip good, there were things that held it back that kind of made me dislike it more than like it. And while this Balisong is very different from any other Balisong that I've flipped, like the way this thing feels is so unique. It feels a little bizarre, but I actually kind of really like it. Like, while the design is weird, I don't think it hinders anything at all. In fact, it might actually like help some stuff. This thing is large too. Like, it has like a lot of surface area to it, but it's not heavy. It's a pretty normally weighted Balisong. It's like, I can feel it. It's right in the like 4-ounce range. Like, it just wants to do stuff for you, and it feels really good. Like, I gotta say, this Medusa and the new white Replicant that I got, I really like the way both of them flip. I was kind of running into a problem with that for a long time, where I'd get a new Balisong, and I did like it, but it never felt as good as my V1 rep. And this Medusa and my new white Replicant, they flip different than my V1 rep, but there's just something about them. They just got that like thing. Maybe it's just because I've been wanting a Medusa and a new Replicant for so long. Like, I've been planning on doing this for a couple months, and now that I've finally done it, and I've finally got these two Balisongs that I've really wanted in my hands, and they're flipping as well as I hope that they did, if not better. It's just, it warms my soul. It just really feels good to flip these things, and I'm quite enjoying them, especially the Medusa. I wanted a good flipping, solid titanium channel handle Balisong, and then I wanted to build up another rep that was more in line with like what I envisioned my dream Balisong looking like, and so far the Medusa and my new rep are fitting the bill for that quite well, and I'm pretty dang stoked, dudes. So I think that's gonna wrap up the flipping demo for now. Let us do the sound test, and then we'll wrap up this video. Okay, here's the sound test for the currently very quiet WB Gigas. Here's the sound test for the new white Replicant. And then here's the sound test for the new V2 Medusa. So, the white Replicant being priced at around $400, V2 Medusa retailing for about $550, and with the Gigas retailing for about $1,100, I think this was accidentally one of the most expensive Balisong unboxings that's like ever been done on YouTube, so that's kind of cool. What's even cooler is that I didn't spend any of my own money, because again, this is for a pass around, and then I ended up trading some of my Balisongs for these two. But yeah, I'm really stoked to finally have the two Balisongs that I've really been wanting for a while, and then just getting to try out the Gigas in a pass around is just an extra added bonus. Huge shout out to Modern Balisong for throwing me into this pass around. But for now, I think that is going to wrap up today's video unboxing these Balisongs. Thank you guys so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. A humongous shout out to Modern Balisong, and then the rest of my channel members as well, Demano21, Cosmic Steez, and Vanilla Gorilla NV. Thank you guys so much for helping support the channel. If you want to help support the channel, you can go down there and join the channel membership. Tiers start as low as $3. But if that's too much of a commitment, you can also hit the super thanks button down there as well. And also a huge thank you to everyone else who supports this channel by watching the videos, leaving likes, leaving comments, sharing the videos around, making sure you subscribe. I really appreciate and love all of you guys. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.